So today guys, I decided I wanted to start a new series. About a month ago I did an episode talking about the YouTube Purge. After doing that video I decided that I really like doing that style of commentary. So the other night I was brainstorming ideas to try to come up with more things to do on the channel. One of the ideas is what I like to call the What If series. So basically the What If series is where I find a topic to talk about. After coming up with the topic I would then theorize about what would happen. So for this video I chose the topic, what if there were no portable containers? And I'm not talking like what if all portable containers in the world disappeared, I'm talking what if they were never invented to begin with. I'm not going to be counting laptops because they're more than just portable containers. I'm not going to be counting all containers even though most can be picked up and carried. The kinds of containers I'm talking about are the ones like flash drives, water bottles, bags, among many other items. And with all that said, let's theorize. The biggest and most obvious problem is that we'd have to carry everything by hand. We wouldn't have any pockets to stuff anything into, no wallets or purses to hold our driver's licenses or money. So basically our debit cards or credit cards or our driver's licenses and everything else like that would normally go into your wallet or purse that you need every day to carry at all times, you have to carry in hand at all times. Traveling with your pets would also be much more difficult, especially since their cages wouldn't be designed for you to travel with them from place to place easily. When it comes to crime rate, however, this is much more difficult to say. It would be much easier for people to lose things and then have those things get stolen. However, some crimes would be much harder to pull off, such as acts of terrorism. They wouldn't be able to carry any extra ammo, weapons, bombs, or anything else one would need in order to commit such a large-scale crime. However, the police would have a harder time handling these crimes because they wouldn't be able to carry the things that they really need. In fact, it'd pretty much be harder for anybody to do anything at all, partly because we have to carry literally everything in our hands, from our credit cards to our driver's licenses to anything else that we need in our day-to-day lives. Earlier I mentioned that there wouldn't be any flash drives. Now honestly guys, I don't think a lack of flash drives would hurt anybody as long as you have internet. Especially since now we have Google Drive where you can store and share information almost endlessly. Flash drives today are mostly just used for sharing your bootlegged games with your friends anyways. Definitely not saying I've done anything like that in my life or anything. Alright officer, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it! I didn't mean anything by it! Ah, thank heavens. He let me go with a warning. Now, where was I? Oh yeah! The last thing I want to theorize about is how would we all adapt to all of this? Since we can't have any pockets because those technically count as portable containers, I think what we would have instead of that is we would instead have much more, how do I put this, grippy clothing. So basically, all the items that we'd need to keep on our persons at all times, we would just be able to stuff into our pants or into our shirts or wherever else you can possibly stuff them, and then just quickly pull them out whenever you really need them. And finally, whenever it comes to carrying large amounts of items at a time, I believe that they would design our vehicles to compensate for this. I believe that they would design our vehicles so it's, instead of them having their own individual containers or anything like that, I think that they would design them, because remember, they can't have containers, but instead that they would design the car, you know how sometimes there are parts of cars that have like areas that you're supposed to put things? Well, basically, I believe that they would have something similar to that, and would have like dividers in it so you can organize the items that you're putting in there. Well, with all that said, guys, I'm gonna have to leave this video here. I hope you enjoyed this video, but now it's time for you to pay your taxes to your king by hitting that like and subscribe button. I'll be seeing you guys all in the next video. Have a good one.